Welcome to reality NSFW coverage of Survivor South Africa Return of the Outcasts. We're talking episodes 1, 2, 3, and 4, but it's only 3 of us. It's Karen Kuhlman, Tristan, Nienaber. Did I get it?
Well done.
All right. To accomplish every time. And I am Jonny Fairplay. All right. Episode 1, 20 castaways reignite their flames. Pre-merge versus merge. 39 days, 20 castaways. Come on over. I'm for it.
I think South Africa is still trying to figure out if you're saying come on over, come on in.
Yeah.
You know, it seems to be working with both.
I liked his little introductory shot like they used to do with Jeff, out on some landscape or something. At least, yeah, although he didn't jump out of a helicopter or anything, which would have been a little better, but we'll allow it. But I'm liking Nico as a host.
Yeah, Nico is Matt Bischoff asked me last night if I had to Alex Tristan, Dan Montrell asked me to rank Jeff when we were doing the Challenge USA coverage. And currently I have him in I have JLP, then Nico, then Jeff. So, but subtract the producer hat from Jeff, and I have Jeff, number 2, and maybe even number
JLP, 1. But I might like Nico more.
Oh wow, yeah. I mean, I feel like less is more with Nico. He doesn't overstay his welcome at any time. Whereas I love the innuendo stuff from JLP when appropriate, or even more so inappropriate, I think. So, I mean, we were covering episode 3 of All Stars, me and Matt Bischoff last night, and it was the Coconut Challenge, which we see on episode 4, and we have JLP is, Lockie taking nut after nut. Lockie drops his sack.
Nico is quite firm when it comes to challenges. He's not scared to kind of cut in and be like, this person is like, there's no work being done. No.
There is a trick to the winch. You will find that out the hard way.
I thought he was getting a little sassy in some of the challenges, which I thought was funny.
Yes, and he is committed to the names of the tribes, which God bless him, because we get so angry at JLP. I mean, blood versus water is about as easy as it gets tribe name wise. And it was red, blue. That's all we're saying. Red, blue. And I got so mad. Whereas I'm watching this and I'm like, it's like Masu and then the other one. So I'm like, red, blue, pre-merge, merge. You know who you are.
Yeah. Well, that makes me almost remember the tribe names.
Yeah,
with constant repetition. Otherwise,
I got 1 out of 2.
So some backstory actually for the tribe names is so Yontao is pre-merge, Masu post-merge. Apparently, there's a Star Wars language called Volanic.
Okay.
And the producer of Survivor really likes Star Wars. So
who doesn't?
I don't actually like Star Wars.
Oh, very, very.
So me.
Okay, you're it. You're the one.
I'm the one. So I thought it was just quite clever how he named the tribes after Star Wars names.
Wow. There's a X-wing fighter pilot for the Rebellion in one of the last 3 trilogy movies, and he's an alien, and his name is Elo Asti. And the producer named him that as a nod to the Beastie Boys' Hello Nasty album.
We can be glad that the tribe wasn't named that.
Oh, I would have been all over that. Elo and Asti. Let's go. That I can remember.
Tristan, one thing I wanted to ask you.
Wait, hold on. Tristan called out by Oded H. It's actually Vulcan and Star
Vulcan
Trek.
and Star Trek.
But no one really cares. Oh my God, Tristan, there is a
Oh.
huge difference between Star Wars and Star Trek. I
You see-
assure you,
That was a
sir.
crime, according to the fans, I would say.
Oh no!
I'm-
You see, that's how much I know about Star Wars, Star Trek.
Oh God, yeah, no, vastly different.
At least I understood what I meant.
Okay, well, so it's fun. Ooh, the love isn't quite as there. I will definitely stick with red and blue based on the fact that it's after Star Trek. Ugh. Yeah.
It's even nerdier, isn't it? Which is, I don't know.
Yes,
I feel
much nerdier. There's nothing
I'm
like.
not-
Yeah.
I'm not into either, but I feel if I had to be into one, it would probably be Star Trek.
No.
It's the same.
I
Oh
don't know.
God. I feel like I can wear a Star
Oh,
Wars
Jonny.
shirt and get laid. You are not wearing a Star Trek shirt and getting anything.
You do have
That's
a
also
point.
true, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a Baby Yoda shirt, you might get some tail.
yeah.
So, like a fucking
hear
Captain
you.
Kirk or Dr. Spock. No. That's, sorry. Like that. He keeps walking, I promise. All right. We learn about some of our previous characters. Tejan, not intimidated, and he's adapted to. And haven't really noticed any of that in the first 4 episodes. Like, this guy runs from the camera.
I like that scene
So-
where it just shows him wandering off like on the beach by himself. Like,
Yeah.
what's he doing?
That's the most screen time he's gotten. So other than being named as a potential person to get the immunity, Chappies is a target. In case anyone was wondering, Chappies is a target.
Yeah,
I
that
also
is
have
that
a
is
good-
opening a can of worms for Chappies.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I also have a good opening quote from Tanya, which is
Oh,
oddly
my
fitting.
favorite.
She's,
Tanya.
everything I d-
Tanya, I'm okay with. Tony. Well, actually, I don't like Tanya, but Tony called me an ass in the comments.
Yeah, I saw.
Really?
I was like, ooh,
Yeah, because they
She's
showed
flirting
her
with you,
shitty
Jonny.
tattoos. She said they're works of art.
I hope she knows who the wrestler is here.
Okay, so we got Tanya saying everything I did wrong my first season, I didn't want to repeat.
Yeah, how'd
Is
that
that
work
some foreshadowing or what?
That was a hectic edit there, hey? Because like in a previous season, caught out for being the main wolf making alliances, and she even had a confessional saying that she's going to lay low, and it's so hard for her, and now she's got no option but to start making alliances.
Yeah, she makes 5 alliances in the first 4 minutes, and I was
Bless
like,
her heart.
"Am I doing the same thing?" And I'm just like, "Sweetie, I don't think you have any alliances, so I think you're safe."
As long as she makes as many alliances with everybody, then she knows she's safe.
Yeah.
As
So
we
she's
think.
not playing the game. She's just making friends.
Right?
Okay.
We'll see how that works out for her.
Yes. Let's see. We find out that it will be a final 2 at Tribal Council, which I'm very excited about. I'd like to apologize to anyone out there watching that used to love Survivor when it was final 2 and it became final 3 soon after my season. And it's because of players like myself and Rob Sesterino and Jenna Lewis and Kathy O'Brien for finishing 3rd. And as a result, they're like, ooh, we got to open this up because the best players aren't winning. So, but I do prefer a final 2. And for the record, we have figured out how to ruin final 3. We thought you just add one more, boom, here we go. Oh no, you can have one player and the 2 worst players with you. So,
right. And I sometimes do
Dinner,
feel
your
like when
best-
there's a final 3. I'm sorry, Karen, you can go.
Go ahead.
All right, thank you. So I found for final 3, sometimes the 3rd person never gets votes. It's always between 2 people, and you always get that one person that just doesn't get votes. So I also like it when there's a final
Final two is much better. So
I feel like you're less likely to get good players further in the game almost now with because you got to get them out early merge, or else they could just win their way into the fire making. And I think strategically you need to get them out earlier, even earlier than with final two. At least then you've got a little more room to play.
Yeah, don't even get me started with the final four fire fuck.
Fire making.
Jesus. I mean,
that sounds like a tongue twister.
No, it's not. it's Jeff Probst doubling down on the fact that they changed the fucking rules to sneak Ben into the fucking final because they had to have Ben in the final. And he's just like, we're just going to do this every time. And just like, look, we got it. You changed the fucking rules to get him there. We're cool with that. No one has a problem with Ben winning. So can we quietly walk away and it's okay. So, but I think
it's been enough seasons now.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay, fine. You didn't do it for Ben. Wink, wink. Fucking drop that nonsense and fucking make it real. Anyway, so hey, everyone here to play for $1 million rand? That's great. First returning season. Let's double the prize.
Double the prize,
$2 million rand. $134,000. So Marion did listen to the podcast, did hear me say if she didn't win that I would give her $67,000. Once that documented, and I assured her that I have been known to lie. Someone replied, and sometimes he tells the truth. And for those of you wondering what exactly that means, that is a quote from Dara, who, when I took away to the spa reward, she goes, Jonny Fairplay lies, and sometimes he tells the truth. I think he's telling me the truth. And I was lying. So, Marion, good news, bad news. Good news, I love you. I think you're my favorite. You were my winner pick. I hope I didn't jinx you. Out of everyone on this cast, I'm not rooting for anyone more than you. However, I'm not going to give you $67,000 or $134,000.
I was about to say double.
Yeah. Sorry. Blame Nico. Nico fucked it up. So because I was considering 67, but 134. There's no way I can buy concert T-shirts. I mean,
Jonny, if you come to South Africa, you'd be very rich, though.
I bet. So,
that's kind of the way to do it, though. Like, make American money and then go to a country where your money is like worth a lot more.
Is that what you did?
Exactly.
It's kind of what I'm doing. Yeah.
Wait. It's in the file there on note to do.
Okay, so it's time for our first reward. It's a reward with a ring on a pole. 3 points wins. Now, this is a flashback to a previous challenge. And last time, Steffi had her moment when she literally walked on water. But this time, she has a torn ACL. And she's not sure if she could do that a second time, nor should she. Just kind of let everybody know I'm not the same person. Don't go after me for being a threat like I was in the past. Steffi walks on water again.
And I think all of these matchups that we see were pretty predictable on the result as well.
Yes. Dante outmuscles the rest.
How cool was it, though?
I mean, poor Felix and Seamus going against Dante and Chappies. Like, I mean, I wouldn't even want to do it.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Tevin scores one, and then Meryl and Marion win for the Merge Tribe. They're called Masu, and they were playing for Flint, which is very big. Arjun says, could Steffi have beaten Matt? I'm guessing Matt Bischoff. The answer is yes. Matt loves to get owned by women in a first challenge, so that is his Survivor gimmick. And right here is where I do fall in love with Nico. All right, everybody, here's how it's going to go. The food's going to be twice as hard to get. You're going to earn every morsel of food. the twist twice as fucked up. We are fucking up your fucking game. I checked the weather forecast. It sucks. You are fucked. Shelter's gonna be dog shit. Enjoy every second. Just enjoy every second. You spent 4 minutes explaining to them how much is gonna suck balls. Enjoy every second. Breathing in. Love it.
At least he put the reward of 2 million rand first before he said that.
Yeah.
That was okay.
Yeah, but like it's just like, we're gonna fuck you over. Enjoy every second. So Yontao is the first tribe we see. That's the pre-merge tribe, and I feel their tribe location is not as good as Masu. However, I feel Masu earned a better tribe location because they went further in the game. Are we okay with that?
I feel like maybe it could have been the ring challenge. Seeing that they got the flint, I feel like maybe if they got the flint, they got the better tribe location, possibly.
I was wondering
I'm guessing the flag was already there.
You think so?
Yeah, they typically you put. I mean, I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but it's true. There's an A tribe and a B tribe, and A tribe gets the better producers, and as a result, they get the better location because the better producers are like, we want the better location. So on Per Islands, you had the Drake tribe, which had me and Rupert and Sandra. And then you had the Morgan tribe, which we call Jenny Craig Island. You just go there to lose weight, apparently. And they had the B team producers. And then when we had the merge, we had, the other producers came over and they were they were like, hey, can you come here for a confessional? And I was just like, I kind of let the A team producers know when I'm ready, but sure. I'll let you know, or I'll go. I'm a team player. And so we walk out like, 10 feet from the camp, and they're like, right here's good. I'm like, for who? Go I can't say my shit this like, I'm a bad guy. Like I'm doing all kinds of underhanded shit. Like I can't be remotely close to here. And they're like, okay, we'll go out at like another 10 feet. And I'm just like, okay. And so they're like, okay, here you go, Jonny, just say this. And I'm just like, yeah, that doesn't work for me either. I don't just say this. That's not like, I understand you had bad TV where you're from on that island. I'm good TV. So I know how to say shit in my own words. And they're like, no, you just need to say this. And I'm like, I'm not. And as I'm saying I'm not, Krista comes around the corner. She goes, hey, Jonny. And I'm like, fuck you guys. We're done. And no more communicate. And so the A team shows up and they're just like, they will never interview you again. We apologize.
Wow.
Yes. So you have much bigger personalities on Masu. So
yeah, I actually agree. There's a lot of personality there because obviously they've made it past merge, so they're all trying to kind of step over each other to be the alpha.
Yeah. Well, as we see, there's no cohesion between these personalities, and that's the trouble that you run into. So, I feel like Tevin is kind of stepped up as the leader for the pre-merge tribe, but kind of not. He's like, I feel people go to him for advice, but he hasn't been elected the leader. Where and no one really has, I don't feel like. Whereas on the blue tribe, everyone's the leader. Like no one is taking a backseat to anyone, and as a result in challenges, they're horrible because it's just like, no, I can win this all by myself. Watch, and they don't.
And then who do you feel? I want to know what you guys think of from each tribe. Who do you think is the person that's making too many alliances? So obviously with Yontao, I'm sure all three of us are going to be Tanya.
Yes.
But on the Masu tribe, and maybe I can open up to say from my side, I thought it was maybe a bit of Meryl because she was kind of getting Dante with her and Steffi with her, and then she pulled over another side and she got another 3 people, and then she pulled through the Breakfast Club. Yeah, so I feel like she's kind of like the leader role there.
I feel like Meryl and maybe Dante, but I feel like we learned that there's a method to the madness with Dante. Like
I agree with Dante. Yeah,
like he's just like, if Chappies isn't my number one, he's going to be no one's number one. So Chappies is his first target, and then I'm like, oh, like I hate this S6 alliance, and he's just like, don't worry, everybody. I'm fucking going after the S6 next. And I'm just like, okay, you're good. You're good. All right. My bad.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I was kind of like drawing out the interactions and the alliances, and Dante seemed to be a common person in a lot of them. So I think he's getting a lot of the information also. Yeah, whether or not he's like really in them or not, it seems like people are at least telling him things.
Yeah. And
I feel like Dante and Palessa are kind of on the same route, because in the beginning Palessa was kind of on both sides. She was kind of on the outs with Tony and PK, and it was Palessa that was there was the three of them that were standing there, and then Palessa was later seen with Steffi. So I felt that she was playing both sides. So I was like, okay, that's where Palessa fits in.
Yeah, I think Palessa's just she's not taking a stand. So Alex Trias, a NSFW podcast mainstay, they are showing Dante as wanting to be the kingmaker, but he won't be someone who can manage it a full season. Oh well. So close, Dante, but so far away. So, but and Dante's game reminds me like, you know, the poor man's version of the Golden God, in that, you know, on All Stars, you have the Golden God in the Majority Alliance. You know, he's the leader of the young, attractive alliance, and he's 39 years old, and it's his game to call, his game to win. You know, he's just like, and he's like, yeah, I said on episode 1 that I'm here for revenge, and one of my 7 in my Majority Alliance is one that I need to get revenge on. So I'm going to work with Matt Rogers and the other alliance to fucking pick him. I'm just like, whoa, mind blown. This is great. So Dante is poor man's King George, but I'm for it. Dante's winning me over. I don't know if he can continue this run. So, but I'm shocked to hear that he does a podcast, because I feel like he's so void of personality.
I get you. But I like
he's very reserved.
Yeah, but I like him. But I feel like listening to this dude do a podcast is like watching paint dry.
I guess you'll have to listen to one of his podcasts.
Yeah,
maybe not while you're driving though.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like that's in his skill set. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he has the most dynamic podcast of all time. I just don't feel it would be in any way. So, but at the same time, you know, I don't talk word for word, frame by frame, but about what happens in an episode. I like throw in little anecdotes. So I might be the worst podcaster of all time, according to this one weird person's comments every month or so. Why don't you just talk about what happens and nothing else? I don't know.
I see there,
we all watched the episode.
Yeah.
I see there's someone named Arjun in the comments. He said, Dante is one of my favorite Survivor lines. I want to hug his face with my fist. I love that. So he was in season 7, and he actually said this at a tribal, and someone upset him, and someone said to Dante, "Can I give you a hug?" And then Dante says, I want to hug your face with my fist.
Oh, was he called out for being confrontational and bringing back memories of prior incidents? Oh my God! We're gonna have a lot to say about that one. Episode 4, get ready. All right, so let's see. Each tribe gets 1 pot and 1 machete. No flint for the Yontel tribe, but that's okay. They make fire with sticks, according to Seamus later, but that's not true. Do I hate Seamus? Whew, I thought I hated him before. Every second they show this guy, I hate him more and more. All right.
I thought you were going to have a change of heart there, Jonny.
No, this dude sucks balls. We see symbols on a tree on both tribes, and it's here we learn that Masu has the better location. Dante is open to alliances. That's great. And so is Chappie's. Chappie's is he is he's cool with Steffi. That's good. We are then reminded that PK, Tony, and Tevin all have matching tattoos. One of them's tattoos are not actually. Tony, if it makes you feel any better, I feel like all three of you have pretty shitty tattoos. Are we good?
The tattoos though, I was trying to actually spot it. So since they actually mentioned that they have had matching tattoos, every shot I'm busy trying to have a look because they said one's on the top.
Yeah, why don't they do
that? Yeah. I think they could have done a better job of showing us all three. I think PK has the worst of the three.
Kind of just looks colored in.
Yeah, it looks like a Brandon Hance tattoo. That's how he does them. So he has a heavy hand. He has a heavy hand. I'm more of a light hand tattoo artist guy.
Which one's that one?
Yes. And here is where we see on the Yontao tribe, there is a pre-merge women's alliance thanks to Tanya, but I don't really think there is. I think just Tanya believes there is because she talked to 4 people that happen to be women and made alliances with all of them. Their final 5. Get ready. Mark it right here. Final 5. Tanya's there.
Season's done.
Season is done, everybody. And we predicted a women's alliance on the Masu tribe. But Tanya's like, hold my beer.
Is she a beer girl?
No. She's a weed girl. You see the marijuana leaf on her hoodie. So
I missed that.
Hold my bong is what she's
going
to say.
Hold my bong.
Not surprised.
I would not like Tanya out there. So she does have a episode 4. She has 2 really incredible speeches, and I could find myself much like Tevin going, "Wow, like you gotta respect that." And then fast forward, 3 minutes later, it's like, oh, she cannot be any more annoying. We got to fucking get her out of here.
I feel like I would like Tanya in real life in controlled doses, and I would want to have control over how much Tanya I had in my life. But
I don't even think I could do that.
Like if I'm tired and hungry, no.
Yeah. So we learned that Seamus still has the internal struggle since his first boot. That made me very happy to hear that he's been quietly and silently and longingly going crazy inside. And that kind of jives up with my American Psycho estimate of him. Don't worry, Tristan. If anything bad happens, he'll have some videotapes he needs to return. So it'll be okay. Pinty is mad early. Pinty.
Shocker.
Calm down. Meryl, Marion, and Steffi are all friends, and it's here where we learn that they have 6 friends total, and they're the Breakfast Club.
That was a good movie. Oh,
great movie. And the Breakfast Club is not long for this world. All right. We then find out that PK and Marion were together at one time, but PK was just kicking it, as Wendell would say. And Marion wasn't about that just kicking it life. And Marion blocked him across the board on all social media and on the phone and email. I am pro Marion at I'm a 1 strike and you're done kind of guy.
I still wonder, like, if they've had that, like, what's happening now? Because obviously they filmed that back then. I wonder if they, smooth things out. I guess
I don't think so. No, because like he was just like, "We cool, right?" And she was like, "Yeah." And then he walked away, and she was like, "No."
Maybe it blooms into something amazing. Maybe there's true romance lying ahead of this.
No. So, and PK was kind of leading the front against Marion for the second vote out. I feel like it was mostly Tony, but PK is right there seconding that that Marion's weak. And for the record, Marion's not weak.
Yep. And I feel like, because obviously it's with Survivor, you there for, so many hours. There's so much footage that gets edited into such a small amount that you don't actually get to see everyone's confessional. So I think they kind of just grabbed Tony's, because she's very outspoken, Tony. She's very loose, cracker, emotional. So she's out there. She's got all the wording to say, Marion's the weak one because of the skin condition that she's got. But PK was also in on that as well. So maybe the confessionals just weren't as strong, but the edits did make Tony look like the bad one in this episode.
Oh, Tony has 4 episodes of being the bad one, as far as I'm concerned.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So, and we'll get there. All right. Dante wants an island wife. This is the difference between South African Survivor and America. I don't think in 2022 that a guy can pick an island wife at his choosing. I love the idea of this. I mean, wherever I play Survivor again, I'm bringing this theory with me, but I don't see this working out well for me. Hey, I choose you to be my island wife. Yeah, I'm going to go talk to production now. That's harassment. It's like, what? No. You're going to be, I chose you to be my island wife. You don't get it. Things are a little different in South Africa. I'm for it.
Just a tad. I think it's because we don't have electricity half the time. Kind of messes with us.
So you need that island wife. Stay warm. Cuddles. All right. So the 4 outside the Breakfast Club just leave the group to go talk, giving time to the 6 to firm up their alliance. And I'm like, boom, I am for these 6. I don't like those 4. This is great. Yeah, that doesn't last long. We see that Tevin feels a potential early target, being the lone member of the S6 Alliance on his tribe. But fear not, he's planning on shooting first. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm just like, does that mean he's shooting first against them? And no, he is not shooting first against them. He definitely digs his heels in deep. He is with the S6. Good luck with that. I like Tevin. I don't like the rest of them, especially Tony, who called me an ass. and Tony, before I get a negative comment here, let me just say, I'm sure you're a wonderful person, and the edit is to make us not like you. That is the story that they're telling, and maybe you contributed to that. Maybe you didn't. Maybe they took a lot of the wording that you said out of context. I understand how that happens with other players, not with me. They did a very good job telling my story. But maybe you just did. So, but no, we are being educated through the storytelling that you are the bad guy. So, and I typically like bad guys, but I'm trying something new this time, and I'm rooting against you. Okay.
Also, they're like presenting characters to us, so this is like a TV show character also that we're talking about, not like who.
But she did call me an ass in real life.
Yeah.
Well, did she or did she not? We'll never know. Is it Tony or is it Tony speaking?
Oh no, it was Tony. Okay, so and if I said Tanya earlier, I meant Tony. So that's who I'm talking to. So anyway,
I'm liking Tevin this time around, though. I thought he was too arrogant in his first season, but he seems to be a little more humble.
I love Tevin.
I don't know if he'll get. I don't know. We'll see. He could also cross into arrogant, I think, potentially. But I'm hoping.
I don't like him working with the S6 people. I like Tevin alone and making and starting anew. Because I just feel like there's an arrogance to the S6 that I don't want that stink on him.
They also blindsided Tevin in his season, right?
That was
PK, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
even if they're like friends in real life, gameplay wise, they have experience like getting blindsided by each other. So
yeah,
I can see how
PK won't be doing that this go round. All right. So it's here. So Tevin is going to work with Seamus. I'm like, oh, sorry, Tevin. You could choose better. Shane and Marion talk without words. This is the first time that we see Shane and Marion's relationship, and I'm like, wow, like I love communicating without words. That sounds like an ideal relationship for me. We see Shane digging for the idol once Marion points out where the symbols are on the tree. Day 2, you get to choose 2 reps to get supplies, and Shane and Steffi are chosen, and Seamus and Teresa are chosen. And Shane and Steffi brought their diplomat hats with them, and they say, hey, you guys get to go first. And Seamus goes, well, it's no real big deal because, we already have fire. We made it with 2 sticks. And he feels that he Jedi mind tricked Shane, which is not true. Shane was just fucking being nice. And so the pre-merge tribe gets rice and flint, and the post-merge tribe gets lentils and pap. What is pap like potatoes?
It's actually a maize.
Okay.
So it's kind of from corn, and it's dried and made into like a porridge. So
okay.
I'm thinking maybe it's like grits.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my whole family had to Google it. We were like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, what's a grit? So if you've ever seen My Cousin Vinny, you learn what grits are. So for those of you that are not from the South. And then you get to vote for someone to get the Outpost idol, and that's the end of episode 1. So, all right. So if we lose Tristan for a second, it's because we lost him for a second. He'll be right back. Don't worry. Rest assured. All right. Episode 2. Seamus has no tact in negotiations whatsoever. And it's here where I really decide that my gut instincts were right, and I hate Seamus. Uh-oh. Karen is frozen. It's just me.
Oh.
Okay. Are you back? I hear you. There we go. Okay, I can see you now and hear you. All right. Small technical.
Oh, okay. I think I'm back.
Yes, you're good.
Okay.
And your camera's better. Congrats.
Oh, cool.
Okay. All right. So Seamus has no tech to negotiations. Pelosi and Dante see we just have the so we don't get to see who they voted for, but
right.
Shane and Steffi say, hey, here's who we'd like you to throw out there, and they're like, yeah, that's cool, we don't give a fuck what you think, and we're gonna dig our heels in the sand right here, and we're against you, we will never work with you ever. Right?
Great negotiator.
He sucks.
I mean, it's better for TV, I guess. But at the same time, I also like people being really good. So.
Yeah, he is the I mean, like, they could have lied. Like, I mean, they could have pretended to, it's just like, well, we can entertain that idea, but we like this for us, like, no, none of that. It's just, yeah, fuck you. We're pre-merge strong. And it's just like, well, that's why you didn't make the merge, but stances like that, dumbass.
Why did they suggest Taejon? Because they were obviously not going to vote for him anyway, but was it just like a random name, or I don't know. I didn't understand like the strategy behind that, but
I think they felt he was on the outs.
Yeah, then why would they want him to have an idol?
I don't know.
Well, they knew they weren't voting for him anyway, so maybe that was just a way to put someone on the outs, as like they would absolutely not vote for him. I guess that makes more sense.
The whole thing just came like, I felt Shane and Steffi like just went there attempting to play nice, and Seamus is like, yeah, I'm not listening to any of that. And it was like, okay, cool. Good for you, dude. I bet you were really popular.
What do you think about the whole Outpost thing and how they basically just gave them food?
I'm cool with it.
Yeah. I mean, I personally don't like watching people like starving because It's not as you don't get as good a gameplay if people are too hungry, and I am concerned as a viewer about like permanent effects of starvation, or I don't know, or just like long-term effects to it. I don't know.
If you
It's just
want
a
to
little
see
cringy for me.
if you want to see people starve, watch Naked and Afraid. You don't need
Yeah.
I feel that there's so many people, especially during the pandemic where, they were binging Survivor and then they finished Survivor and they started binging Naked and Afraid and Naked and Afraid XL. And there's, people are just like, wow, they're showing the real survival aspect. That's what I miss about early Survivor. And Jeff's like, oh, we have to make it like Naked. And I'm just like, no, you just like, find a happy medium, dude. Like watching people starve for 23 days is doesn't equal normal pacing of food for 39 days.
And like even just eating like only rice during the day from a dirty pot with like no spices or salt or anything is not luxury. Like that's not going to be a good time for anyone.
No. So I feel like they went too far the other way. I was okay with the amount of food here, and if you need an equalizer, to make it so it's not an overabundance of food, just put a Pinty on your tribe. There will be no overabundance of food, I assure you.
Oh my goodness. The South Africans seem to be like stealing food a lot more than does that happen a lot in American Survivor and they just don't show it, or it seems like there's some sort of food scandal like multiple times every season.
So on Pearl Islands, Burton and I on the other side of the island, when I do the Dead Grandma Lie and the tribe has to go to a new beach. The new beach was just the other side of our island, and that's where Burton and I had stacks of coconuts that we hid from the tribe. We had a stack of good coconuts and a stack of bad coconuts. So every day, me and Burton would go over the other side of the island, and we eat like 5 good coconuts. And because you can tell without even opening them if they're good or not. And then we go to the bad stack, which we knew were bad, and we'd bring those back with us. And we're like, hey, we got coconuts. And everyone's like, yay. And then they'd open them. They're like, it's bad. It's like, oh my God, are you kidding me? And then the next one would be bad. And it's just like, all of them are bad. We have the worst. There's no good coconuts on this island. So
did we get to the pineapple story where they opened up the pineapple? And it was
no, not yet. Not yet. Oh. So when I win the Dead Grandma thing, and they're on the other, they go to the other side of the island, and everyone's like, let's set up over there, and that's where our me and Burton's coconut stash was, and Burton's like, no, let's go down the beach, let's go down here, because they would have been like, why are all these coconuts stacked like this? Who's been stacking coconuts on this island? So yeah, so Burton when he shows back up the next day, he goes, we had to sleep in the worst place ever because our coconut stash would have been optimal, but I had to get them away from the fucking coconuts. So yes, and then with the eating of the food, Sean used to love to cook, and he would purposely cook so that he'd be making the rice and be like, let me see if it's ready. And it would be ready, and he was just like, nope, just a couple more minutes. And then he was like, hold on, let me try again. And he would eat a whole bowl of fucking rice just by trying it. And then by the time it was ready, it was overcooked because he needed to get an extra bowl in.
Oh my God.
So all that does happen on US
Sounds
Survivor
delicious.
as well. Yeah. So yes. So it's time for immunity. And we'll see. I think the pineapple's coming up later. So come on over. And first we do the reading of the votes. And Tanya and Tevin get the most votes, and which is very telling that the Masu tribe doesn't even bother trying to give themselves an idol. They're just like, we're winning this, so it doesn't matter. Like, we just want to fuck them. So that did not work. But so Tevin ends up after going to Rocks. Tevin gets the idol. And so this challenge is for immunity. It's a monkey fist, then walls, then steps, then knots or padlocks, ladders, and torch. And it's just a challenge. And Tevin gets the fire to the end first. So PK made the executive decision to go with padlocks over knots. I am a firm believer in knots over padlocks all day long.
I'm the same. I'd probably choose knots as well, just because I'm not good with locks.
Yeah.
So I choose knots.
In 25, you gotta like try. What if you get the last one every time? That could be a huge time waster.
Yeah. So with I'm good at untying knots, so I would put myself in that situation to do the knots, and I think I would do extremely well at the knots, and then we would get through it. So if the other tribe gets lucky at the padlocks, I don't feel like I'd be penalized for making that decision. But the probability of 1 in 25, 5 times, like, it's working against you.
So. And I mean, the reason I would probably choose knots as well is because you kind of go through it in life, because locks. I feel like knots. There's always a reason for a knot. You know, shoelaces, earphones.
If I am ridiculously tired after doing like 3 podcasts on a Monday night, I still have my shoes on, and all I want to do is go to bed, and I just pull the string just to untie my shoe, I have created a knot every fucking time, because all I want to do is just get my fucking shoes off and go to bed.
I thought I was the only one that does that.
Yeah, no, add an extra 4 fucking minutes before I can go to sleep. So Tevin with fire at the end. Masu's going to tribal, and Masu didn't think they'd lose, so they chose Tanya to make the other tribe weak. And here we go. Karen is back. She was a little frozen.
Pushed me in the middle now.
Yeah. So it is we're on the Masu area, camp area, and Chappies is the first name thrown out, and I was like, "Whoa! All right, did not see this coming." And we have the Strong 7 Alliance, or the 7 Strong Alliance. That's what they're called. Shitty fucking name. Do better. And we're told right here it's going to be 4 votes on Chappie, 3 on Shane. Marion's like, I can do this. I can vote Shane. I can pretend to Steffi that I was out of the loop. That's why I did Shane, because I just caught the tail on the other. I wouldn't have wrote Chappies, even though I knew that was the vote. And I'm just like, holy smokes! Like, someone stop this. And Shane sees Dante's demeanor and conversations. He's like, "Hey, everybody, Dante's flipping. He's coming after me." He goes, "So I'm going to lead the Dante vote." And wow, does that fall on deaf ears?
Kind of was there, but wasn't there.
This was like a crazy vote, because I felt like we had a solid 6, 4 people on the outs.
Yeah.
Then the way it just works out, I don't even understand what happened still.
I think the 7 Strong just really wanted Chappies out.
So who are the 7 Strong? That was what I was having trouble figuring out.
The 7 Strong is everyone but Chappies, Shane.
From the Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Chappies and Shane.
Not Shane.
And Tony.
No, Tony's not one of the she's one of the 7 Strong.
Oh wait, no, I was thinking of the Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Food on my mind.
Yeah,
so
the 7
would be
Steffi.
Not
Steffi.
Shane
She
and
was
Chappies. Yeah. And Steffi. Okay.
Steffi, because remember, she's upset that Chappies got blindsided, and she got blindsided. And as I said, Marion has an out. She was just like, I just heard the Shane thing, and I wrote Shane because I love it. Like, in Japanese wrestling, if you're like a legend and you're like the best there, like the number 1 guy, you're called the ace. And Marion uses the term ace, to refer to her as a solo player, because there's all these payers, and Marion's like, I'm an ace. I'm not with Shane. I'm not like, do not use this fucking payer shit against me. I'm a fucking ace. And I'm just like, you are the ace, girl.
Be the ace.
He's playing the Sandra game.
Yeah, as long as it's not me. So Felix wants Dante safe. So we go back to the pre-merge tribe. They're discussing who to give the idol to, the outpost idol, and Felix wants Dante safe. and it's time for tribal, and we learn right here, hey, day 1, it's fun and games, but the game started morning 2. That morning, it's on, and we have Nico saying, people are ready to play Survivor 2.0, but maybe they forgot how to play 1.0.
And then Meryl was like, yay.
So, and we have the Masu tribe imploding upon itself, and then it's like, hey, time out. Watch what you say with Tevin here. The last thing we need to do is give this guy all the intel he needs to fucking destroy us.
If Tejan was not on that tribe, I don't think anyone would have realized that he was sitting there, and they would have just continued the whole conversation and had like a normal tribal council.
Yes. Well, it is time for Tevin to vote and leave. But before he goes, Nico goes, hey, do you have a question? He goes, yeah, I just have one. Why did you tell me to vote Tejan? or why did you tell our tribe to vote Tejan? If you thought they fell apart before this question, holy moly, this is not good. So
I love when people just like drop little bombs and then kind of step back and just watch.
Yeah,
that was
Jonathan would be. Yeah, Jonathan would be proud right there.
Yeah.
So,
Shane and Steffi had their hand caught in that cookie jar.
Oh yes. So, and I don't understand that they should have come clean. Like, I don't feel like that benefited them by keeping that a secret.
Exactly.
It was just like, hey, we just threw out a name not so that they knew nothing going on here.
And I think that's why it was Palesa that was actually like she caught on that it was kind of useless to fight about it over tribal, because I think everyone was just paranoid at tribal that they made such a big fuss out of it.
Yeah.
And Palesa was like, Tevin's made his decision. We're leaving it at that. This is what it is.
Yeah. So, and she gets the outpost idol. So, there's really nothing to argue about. And as the votes were told to us earlier in the episode, 4 votes Chappies, 3 votes Shane. Chappies is the first boot. Steffi is in tears.
I was in tears.
A lot of people were in tears. That's the right move, though, right?
I think so.
I don't think so.
But I'm not emotionally involved with him.
I mean, he knew the eyes that would be on him, and he chose to go back to his old tricks for no reason.
That's also true. But I don't know. You know what? The thing is, when I was watching the edit again, I saw Shane was busy like looking for an idol. He was the first person that started looking for that idol, but obviously no one caught him. So he carried on scratching when he was sitting there chilling, not doing much. Yeah. Unfortunately, Chappies had to wake up in the middle of the night, which is a better idea than what Shane was doing.
Yeah.
However,
but he didn't include Dante, who was butthurt.
Right. So kind of he played the game. I think So I think Chappies, the whole thing about with Chappies leaving is that he literally made it so far in his season that he felt if he didn't fall out at that last stage, he would have won his season. He has a fan base of so many people, and he's that person you can speak to him the whole day. He's got different kind of topics from A to Z that you can speak to about the whole day, and I'm sure he must have made really good connections, and it was probably not an easy vote out. And as you can see, Steffi was crying. Coming into this season, I think obviously he had a good mindset to say that I'm going to go very far in the game, and it's his season, and you play hard because you want to win hard, right? 2 million, you're going to play really hard, but at the same time, you need to sometimes downplay your game.
Yeah. Now the move for him was to nap until the merge.
Yes, 100%.
And I know it's hard, but that the evolution of his game should have been to not play the game until the second half.
Mm-hmm.
And then wake up from your coma and say, "Hey, remember me? I'm here." And it's too late for these idiots.
It works.
So, but he did not do that. So, but you know what does work?
Blue Chew? Oh.
Blue Chew too. Here we go. We're all trying to eat better, but healthy breakfast doesn't have to be boring. Magic Spoon has the amazing flavors you love, but without all the bad stuff. And it's amazing as a midnight snack right before bed.
0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and only 4 net grams of carbs in each serving. That's only 140 calories per serving.
It's keto-friendly, gluten-free, grain-free, soy-free, and low-carb. And build your own box. Available flavors to build your very own custom bundle are cocoa, fruity, frosted, peanut butter, blueberry, cinnamon, cookies and cream, and my favorite, maple waffle. Now, Magic Spoon recently brought back their 2 super popular flavors, cookies and cream and maple waffle. Thank goodness. But they're back permanently. And when these flavors were first introduced for a limited time, they sold out extremely quickly. Now, I'm here to let you know you can get them again or try them for the first time. Why? Because they're delicious and indulgent.
Jonny, Magic Spoon has so many great flavors that I really enjoy, and even my kids enjoy them. We have the cocoa, fruity frosted, peanut butter. All these are really great combinations. They enjoy waking up in the morning and getting some Magic Spoon right off to start their day great before they head off to school. I think everybody listening should give Magic Spoon a try, or if you've tried them already, it's time to reorder. Let's get you some more Magic Spoon and get your day started right.
Hey, when I finish a podcast late at night, the first thing I'm thinking is not sleep. It's let me grab a delicious bowl of Magic Spoon before I go to bed.
So go to magicspoon.com/survivor to grab a custom bundle of cereal and try it today. And be sure to use our promo code survivor at checkout to save $5 off your order. And Magic Spoon is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% happiness guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to get your next delicious bowl of guilt-free cereal at magicspoon.com/survivor and use the code SURVIVOR to save $5 off. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this podcast.
Thanks for sticking with us through the ad break. Don't forget, for more exclusive Reality NSFW content, visit adfree.nsfw.com.
This episode of Reality NSFW is sponsored by Blue Chew. Say it with us, Blue Chew. Blue Chew is making waves and bringing more confidence to the bedroom by offering chewable tablets that can help men get stronger and longer-lasting erections. That's right, we're giving away super hard dicks.
Blue Chew is a unique online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis, but in chewable form and at a fraction of the cost. Blue Chew's tablets help men achieve harder, stronger erections to combat all forms of ED.
Blue Chew is an online prescription service, so no visits to the doctor offices, no awkward conversations, and no waiting in line at the pharmacy. And it ships right to your door in a discreet package. The process is simple. Sign up at bluechew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. And the best part, it's all done online.
Blue Chew's licensed medical providers work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription. Don't like swallowing pills? No problem here. Blue Chew's sildenafil and tadalafil tablets are chewable. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA and they prepare and ship direct, so it's cheaper than a pharmacy.
Hey, if you're looking to give that immunity idol to someone, or you don't want to be voted out of a crater, don't worry, Blue Chew's got you covered. So if you could benefit from extra confidence when it's time to perform, visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information.
And we've got a special deal for our listeners. Try Blue Chew free when you use promo code SURVIVOR at checkout. Just pay $5 shipping. That's Blue Chew, BLUECHEW.com, promo code SURVIVOR to receive your first month free. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the podcast.
Thanks, Blue Chew. You're the best. I'm going to a concert tonight. I'm going to have a Blue Chew afterwards, and my mic will be better than Dave Matthews. I promise. All right. It is episode 3. It is right here that I'm reminded they don't do a previously on Survivor, and I'm okay with that.
I'm actually just having a look here in the comments. I'm having a look here in the comments. Darian is saying, how much is shipping to SA? Is she talking about the spoon or the tablet?
Oh, well, it's not a tablet. It's gum. It's chewable. Or not gum. It's chew. Is so I don't know. Just type in your information. It'll tell you. I assure you. And don't forget to use promo code Survivor for both. They love it when we do that. So it is here where we learn this is the first time ever Steffi has not been on the right side of the votes. Congratulations, Steffi. So I'm guessing since she didn't win, there's got to be at least one other time she wasn't on the right side of the votes.
There might be.
Yeah, I mean that's how that works. And Palisa. This is the first time she's ever been on the right side of the votes. So a tale of two cities. PK informs us that he feels like all the information is going through him. I'm like, ooh, that sounds like famous last words if I've ever heard them. Marion feels the best move at the next tribal is to vote out one of the S6 Alliance. You are right, Marion. Thank you. Shane is wild and paranoid. Ooh, that is not helping his game. So, Darian, the cereal, not the dick pills. Yeah, Marion, just type in your information. Go to magicspoon.com, promo code Survivor, and just type in your info, and it shall tell you. So
those dots make me think otherwise. ... the cereal.
Oh, maybe you don't want to show your hand. Literally, you don't want to show your hand after a magic spoon. It'll be full. All right. So Shane's worried and paranoid. Marion's like, look, relax. You're still here. You weren't the target. Champions was the target. I was out of the loop, but I'm in the loop now, even though she wasn't out of the loop. And just relax. That's all you need to do. And Shane goes, yeah, I'd prefer control. Shane, you don't have the option here. So it's relax or go home. And I like Shane. So I'm like, please relax.
I think he does a pretty good job, like chilling out a little bit, though.
A little.
In these episodes. I mean, it's enough. It's enough.
Apparently, but whew.
I think how you, Jonny, how you feel about Shane is how I feel about Seamus.
Oh wow, really? I honestly haven't seen enough to. I mean, because I like the dynamic between. I like Marion, and I like the dynamic between the two. But we've already been told by Marion, she'll sell that motherfucker down the river. So don't get too used. But when they do interact, you do see a camaraderie that you look like. That means you're friends on Survivor.
Right.
Apparently, Marion's definition of friend isn't as strong as other people's, but that makes you a good player. So potentially a better player than Shane and me.
In their first season, I felt like Shane always had more control than Marion, like socially and just strategically and everything. But this season, it's reversed, and I'm liking it a lot.
Payback's a bitch.
Marion was she was the fuel to the fire of all the mischievous things that happened, and Shane was like the strategy behind it. So Marion would go and throw bones for the dogs. So Shane would get the bone, and Marion would throw the bone.
So Alex Trias says preseason Shane was the most brought up person by the cast as someone they really wanted to play with. They were on the season until they played with him.
Interesting.
Until they got out there and they're like, this dude sucks.
I don't know if I would want to play with Shane. Maybe I would. I don't know. He's not like overly devious.
Yeah. I feel like if you're on his side, he's a pretty good guy to have on your side.
Well, yeah, he played an idol on Marion in their first season. So like if I had an ally that would be willing to play an ally on me, like that's great.
Yeah. All right. Now we see Tanya is not happy with Pinty's behavior. Too much eating. Okay. We're noticing. Teresa is idol searching, but not really trying that hard. So as a result, she says Tevin already found it, so she has more time to look. I like this.
My God. This is like a funny idea, but at the same time, I was very worried for her this whole episode.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the type of mistake that can get you voted out like that.
Yeah.
So thankfully she's on a tribe with two
people.
loudmouths.
Yeah, Killarney immediately rats her out because Killarney's looking to make it past today. And it's just like, hey, you didn't go to the first tribal. You're there. Stop ratting people out. No one likes a snitch. Snitches get stitches and end up in ditches.
Yep. Amen.
Alex says Pinty is hogging all the magic spoon.
Oh my god.
Tanya, promo code Survivor, get your own. All right, so now it's time for immunity and reward. Swim out and retrieve some fish traps with balls, and then shoot the balls. So, and we've seen this challenge before with I know we saw it on Ghost Island. Sebastian and Chris Noble, I believe, were both pretty good at this, but I don't know if we've ever had the double-decker version of this. And so this is for the Our Insurance fishing kit. For those of you in South Africa looking for insurance, I suggest Our Insurance is the best insurance. Or try My Insurance if you want individualized protection. My Insurance.
I love the product placement in South African Survivor. It's so funny.
I am waiting for the fucking Lotto Mania fucking reward. Because like at the end of every episode, you get you have the graphics with all the individual logos for the entire season of Survivor. Yeah, and it's so low budget and just Lotto Mania or whatever the fuck it's called in the middle. Yeah. What is it?
Are we going to win lottery tickets?
Lotto Star. Yeah, there's going to be like, you won 100 scratch-off tickets. It could be $1 million.
Or two.
Or two. Yeah.
No, just $1 million.
It could be 100 million.
Then I need to start playing Lotto Star.
Oh, don't play Lotto Star. Trust me. if they have money to throw away on Survivor South Africa, there's only one person winning here, and it's Lotto Star. Okay. All right. So this is for a fishing kit, and Pinty and Dino out first, and Tony for the pre-merge tribe. Tony and someone I don't even get to see. And Nico informs everyone there's a trick to the winch. So we see Meryl screaming at the Masu tribe, which does, as we've learned over and over again, teamwork makes the dream work, and there is no teamwork here. Tevin is struggling swimming. That's okay. He's got 3 people that could bring him in at any given time. Well, not after the next episode, but that's okay. Steffi and Shane with great rope management. And here's where we see, for those of you wondering, Dante is a stud with the rope and swimming.
Oh my god. I write on my notes Dante's body. Because, like, oh my god. Just that shot of him.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, I feel intimidated just looking at him.
How cold is it in South Africa? Because like we see people wearing fucking like goose down coats.
So they actually filmed this early this year, and I'm just thinking coastal areas are just really windy, and the wind here in South Africa in general is just freezing ice cold. And whenever there's wind, it means that the water is ice cold. So like Cape Town water is absolutely freezing. Up the coast, so they were filming near Jeffreys Bay, which is just a little bit east of Cape Town. The water's really, really cold. I don't know how they were able to do that swimming. I think my body probably would have shut down, obviously because no food. The wind itself is cold, plus you're getting into the water. I can imagine they were just icicles.
Yeah. Arjun says voted Chappies off at the wrong time last season. Chappies saved multiple people from drowning in a challenge. Well, how could they know, Arjun, that they were swimming right afterwards? And would Chappies have saved Tevin, who had the inability to swim? I don't know. All right, but he made it. It's time for the second half of the challenge with the basket with the balls from the fish traps, and Dino is killing the second rack of the ball throw. Boom! Yantau wins again. Who would have guessed? Oh, we would, because there's too many personalities, too many chefs in the Masu kitchen.
Too many.
So, so the Yantel is back to celebrate their win, and Tevin confronts the entire tribe and says, "Hey, I ain't got an idol. Let's all look together." And Sheamus finds the idol and holds the idol, and we'll get to Sheamus's play of the idol. I think that's dumb, but whatever Sheamus needs to do to make himself feel better about himself. So Tevin explains that once a tribe finds an idol together, it's kind of worthless, but all Tevin was really trying to do was get off the hot seat, and so for that, he was successful. And he's right.
Did Tanya take the blame for Theriso in that, or like that whole blunder? I was a little unsure.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Like,
No,
I don't know.
I think Theriso got the blame.
Yeah, Theriso got the blame.
Yeah. So, but it was like, it was one of those. Y'all know I was kidding, right? We all good. It's just like, yeah.
I just loved how everyone was like on the same page, and then they just openly were just like, okay, we'll just have a look for an idol.
Yes.
And then everyone was looking for it.
Oh, Alex Tria says, think Dino won't be able to handle balls after episode 4, though. Dino, if you're having trouble with your balls, I suggest a Blue Chew. BlueChew.com, promo code Survivor. Fill those balls up. All right. Tony tells Marion that she, or Tony tells us, the viewer, that Marion doesn't have what it takes to win, and she's the weakest player. Tony, you're not winning me over right now.
I'm still laughing on the balls.
Oh, yeah. They'll keep coming. Literally.
Yeah, I think that's the wrong take on Marion.
Yeah, very wrong take. Also, Pinty informs us Pinty doesn't like food regulation, and as a result, we'll be sneaking coconuts.
I like how she says she's going to go into the season with a little bit more heart and emotion. She's not going to play with temper or anger. And what does she do?
Kidding. She was kidding. She didn't mean any of that.
I had a feeling, because I think there's just certain personalities that's just who you are, and that's fine or whatever, as long as I don't have to like live with you on a beach for 39 days. But yeah, I just don't think those are things you can change, and we're seeing that she has not changed in that sense. So
no. And Pinty, after sneaking coconuts, then decides to address the tribe about you can't regulate her food. And Tanya thinks that now is the time to confront her, and no one backs Tanya. We hear later in the tribal that that people are scared of Pinty, and Pinty doesn't see. Pinty has an intimidating stare that I get where people are scared of Pinty. So
I would be scared of Pinty.
Like, I think Pinty's like, look, I'm small, I'm Pinty. Like, yeah, I'm loud, but like, she's loud, but she gives you this look like, I will fuck you up. And it's just like, that's intimidating, threatening to fuck people up.
So I was actually watching this season. I started watching it with my sister, and she saw Pinty just from like the edits, and she just Pinty never as yet had a confessional, and she was like, "Oh, she looks nice. She looks cute and small and fun."
Oh yeah.
Got her first confessional, and she was like, "I take back what I said about cute and fun."
Yeah. No, it's it's a death stare. So
I would be so afraid. Like, I don't like getting yelled at, and I don't like that type of like aggressive comments or stares. So like, I would just, I don't know. I wouldn't like it.
Who's the crazy chick in Orange is the New Black?
Crazy Eyes.
They're all crazy.
Crazy Eyes. Wasn't that her name?
Yeah, I forget what her actual name was in the show, but
yeah. So she was frightening
Crazy eyes.
Yeah. So anyway, someone will say in the comments. So it'll probably be Tony calling me an ass for not remembering. Anyway, it's right here. Holy moly, my favorite moment of the season thus far. Marion is not weak, and she has this incredible moment with Steph after that, and as with Steffi, and Steffi has her back, and I got her back too. So, whoo, this is a character building moment, and I am for it all day long. I mean, I knew I loved Marion, but just to get that entire story, whoo. So and then to compound that moment, with the interaction with Steffi, great. So, but that's all right. Palessa or Palisa?
Palesa. So like pa and then lesa.
Palessa. Okay, Palessa agrees with Tony. I'm like, oh, you picked the wrong time to agree with Tony, Palessa. And the remaining Breakfast Club wants PK out. All right. And Dante explains that he is not playing a passive game. I'm like, okay. And then we see Marion idol searching. And I'm like, oh, please, dear God, find this idol. But she's digging in like really like obvious not good places. And I'm just like, girl, do you know where they hide idols? Because it's not like there. But somehow finds a rope and somehow finds an idol. So,
love the scene. Loved it.
Oh,
I loved how they were jumping up and down. They
like
said absolutely
excitement.
no single word with each other.
Yeah.
And they were jumping up and down. They just found it. They started hugging each other. It's like you could read their minds. They didn't have to say anything. It was an amazing scene.
Well, Marion has that ability to talk by not talking with everyone, apparently. So way to go, secret skill. So she finds the diplomatic immunity with Steffi. And that's okay. She doesn't tell anybody except, oh, wait, she tells Dante and then Meryl. And Marion informs us if you're going to play, don't miss. I'm just like, okay. So diplomatic immunity. I do that. That is kind of funny because
fun fact.
So what are the details of that idol?
So,
like what?
Funny enough, the diplomatic immunity, it was exactly the same immunity that Tanya had in her season. So in season 7, basically what happened was that you get to leave your tribe to join the other tribe. So what Tanya did was she knew she was at the bottom of the barrel of everyone's alliances. She knew she was going to go home.
Same here.
I loved it. It was the episode where everyone had their edits to say, today's the day Tanya leaves. They know they're going to tribal. They're like, we're just going to vote off Tanya. It's going to be an easy one. She comes back from the Island of Secrets, and they say she's not going to be joining tribal. She's now joining the other tribe. So she gets to choose a tribe to go to. So in her season, there were 3 tribes, and she chose a tribe. Obviously, this season, there's 2 tribes. So the diplomatic is basically you can either take yourself, go to the other tribe. And I think it said that you could choose someone else to go as well. So I think this is really interesting because it's post-merge versus pre-merge. So someone from post-merge has got this idol where they can send someone to pre-merge. So now, does it work with, let's say, for example, if I take myself, I'm post-merge, and I don't feel like I'm safe in post-merge. And if I go to pre-merge, is it going to benefit my game, or is pre-merge going to stick so hard together that they're just going to vote?
I don't know.
Yeah, that seems like a risky move. But
okay, so it said you could use it for yourself and someone else. Can you just use it for someone else and just shoot someone else over there?
Yeah.
See, I would do like if it seems like Marion's on the right side of the numbers right now. Like, it's not completely necessary, but say Tony makes her presents herself as a thorn in Tony's in Marion's side. That's when Argent says it can also be used post swap. So say there's a swap, the numbers aren't good, and you go to where. So yeah, there's no need to use this until a swap.
Right.
Because if you go,
that's what I was thinking.
if you go to the pre-merge, they're going to get rid of you. If you take someone else, that's you and someone else is going to get fucked.
Right.
So, but as I said, if you really just can't stand someone, maybe send them over and like send Tony. But I think Tevin's going to do everything possible to protect Tony. Oh, yes, only one person gets sent. So it's not you and someone.
Yeah. It's unless stated otherwise, they would have said you can choose yourself and someone else or two people. But if it's one idol that they find that's diplomatic immunity, it's just one. Yeah.
Okay. So once again, so say there's the tribe swap and you or your friend is on the wrong side of the numbers. You just course correct that. You just go, here you go, and fix it. I love this shit. Cool. So this is helping Marion's game going forward big time.
Yep. I think out of all the different twists and turns that I've seen in Survivor, diplomatic immunity is probably one of my favorites. I'd love to get something like that.
Yes. So we go to tribal. We learn what's the problem, guys? Too many leaders. Too many chefs.
Alpha egos.
Alpha egos. Season 6 is not an alliance, guys. There's nothing to see here. They are not working together with everyone else in their wake. And we also learned everyone is voting with the majority. There is going to be no surprise here. It's going to be 8 votes on one person, obviously. And that person is obviously Marion, but it's not. It's 4 votes Marion, 5 votes PK. See ya, PK. And Tony is now in tears. And I put in my notes, wow, now she knows how Marion felt earlier that day. Ooh, shots fired, Tony. Tony then explains to everyone, they're going to lose every challenge now. You should have voted me out because this sucks. Y'all suck. This is horrible. And Marion tells us when she votes, you can't play a player.
It's quite a tough one because I really am Team Marion, and I've really liked Tony from her season. She did so well, so I really like both of them. And to see this situation, it's half for me. I'm really stuck in the mud. Like I with Marion, I understand her point, but from Tony's side, I can also see from her point as well. She's obviously now feeling on the outs. She doesn't have PK anymore. She's not in the majority. Plus, if she really, like, you can see she's already got a big heart by her saying that, why didn't you just vote me out? Because she could tell that, you know, if she would have been voted out for her tribe, PK would have been a better option to keep physically.
Yeah. Or as Alex Tria says, or you could have not sent Chappies out first, Tony.
There's also that.
Yeah, when you made everyone watching cry.
Me.
Yeah, I think like strategically though, PK's not a bad choice.
Strategically is the right move.
Get out. Yeah.
Yeah. Strategically is the right move, and strategically PK was the right move. So, because all the information's going through PK. He explained to us that he's the best player there.
Yep. He was almost taking the role of the puppet master of the Masu tribe.
So no, I mean, for the exact reason that you felt Chappies need to go, that's the exact reason PK needed to go by your own logic.
Pretty much.
Sucks when logic fucking kicks back, doesn't it? All right, it's Masu night 5, and Tony says she should have been the one voted out instead of PK, and she is saying this in a not so quiet voice to people. So Dante replies to this louder voice, and now Tony is threatened by Dante's voice, and Tony likens this to previous relationships with shitty men that have taken this tone and stance with her. And Dante doesn't like that he's being called a bad man here. And this is tough. This is tough because, like, I feel as though the world has made strides to course correct, and I'm for that. Like, I a man yelling at a woman or doing or beating a woman, like you're a piece of shit. So, but emotional abuse is right there with physical abuse. So, but at the same time, I don't feel, and we saw a snippet of the actual conversation. So I'm not here to defend anyone. I will say this, based on what we saw, I do not feel that Dante was being threatening. But that is only we didn't. I can't say. Maybe he was. I mean, Tony has a right to feel the way that she felt, and I respect that and I support that. And Dante has a right to feel the way that he felt, and I respect that and I support that. And unless we see the entire conversation unedited, I feel that it's unfair for us to pass judgment on either one.
Yeah.
So,
and like, for me, just watching that, like, I don't know Tony's history or anything, but that to me looked like a triggering moment for something else.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But Meryl follows with, I think she's trying to use that to her advantage. And
I
like
didn't think so.
That's what I felt.
You thought she was trying to use it to her advantage?
Meryl felt that.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna say Meryl felt that way, but I didn't feel that that's what Tony was doing. I felt like that was a real, like, emotional moment for her.
Felt like it was a real thing too. But as I said, I feel it is irresponsible of us or anyone to say Tony's wrong or Dante's wrong unless we saw the full conversation unedited. Because I have a feeling what production wants us to feel or the editors want us to feel, and that's great, but it's kind of reckless and irresponsible to do that. So anyway, as I said, I'm glad we are maturing as a world on not allowing pieces of shit to be pieces of shit. So, but yeah. So, but yeah. I knew this was going to be kind of a sensitive deal, and I personally feel that we can't unequivocally say what's going on here. So, but you do have a right as a viewer to fucking feel whatever you want. So don't, I'm not saying that you're wrong. It's just like, I got Dante's back, or I got Tony's. Hey, take whoever's back you want. But I don't feel that we can say it's painfully obvious that so-and-so was right, because I don't feel it is. So we saw seconds of what was definitely minutes and potentially hours of conversation.
And I feel like with what they showed us, it left the viewers feeling a certain way, to feel yes and no from both sides. So Tony was, yes, you feel that way, but no, you shouldn't feel that way, vice versa.
Yeah, I'm with you. So I thought I love that they included this. So because I feel they could have taken a step back and been like, you know what, the safe way to play this is to not show this. And I'm like, no, like, show it. Show what you can. I mean, it's a 45-minute episode. You literally have seconds to show what you are showing, but leave it vague enough that you can internalize yourself and use this as a discussion.
Right.
All right. So the pre-merge tribe has discovered that it's cold as shit, and they would all like to sleep by the fire. And Pinty's not happy because she was sleeping by the fire by herself, and now everyone wants to sleep there, and that's not cool. Pinty, I understand. I understand that you were sleeping by yourself there. How about appreciate the fact that you didn't have to share the space for 5 nights, and now you do. And when you when you lose an immunity, and you guys will sooner than you probably think, there will be more space for you.
Maybe, yeah.
What I find so ironic with this season versus Pinty season 8 from last season. Pinty was actually where the first time where I actually saw her short fuse was one of the contestants, Carla. She left her shoes close to the fire, probably to maybe try and dry it off faster, because the weather here in South Africa, in the coastal lines, when it's windy and it's cold and it's raining all the time, nothing's going to get dry. So the fireplace was probably the best idea for it to kind of get dry quickly. Pinty was the first one to point out to Carla that your shoes are too close to the fire. What do you want them to burn? That's where I first saw Pinty's temper. And now this season, she's wanting to sleep next to the fire. And then Dino ends up burning his hands, which was in the same season.
Yes. Phil might have hit his limit with Pinty. Yeah, so have I. Dino falls asleep and somehow just falls into the fire. I guess he's sleepwalking, or I didn't really grasp what was happening there. But Dino goes hands first into the fire, and Dino, don't do that. As a like that, don't pull a scooping on any level of scooping decisions, please.
I was so curious. They showed us like a small piece of how his hands looked, but like I really wanted him to show the camera like how bad his hands really were, because at one stage it looked like a part of his skin was even like dangling from his finger. I can only imagine when you burn your finger on like the stovetop, that pain is there for days. Many days.
Yeah, it's like horrific pain. But like when I was looking at it, it's like it only looks like 2nd-degree burns, so he'll be fine to play, but he's going to be in horrific pain for quite a few days. Yeah, if not a week or 2.
Seamus says he wants Dino around. This is the only thing I like Seamus about. Tanya's not happy with Pinty's bullying, and Tanya might be working her way back in, according to Tevin. No. She was not. Dino apologizes, and Dante saw Tony self-imploding, and we now have the advent of a new alliance. It's the full package alliance, and that is Steffi, Meryl, and Marion, and I am for this alliance all day long. And is this the exact alliance that we predicted on our cast assessment episode?
Pretty much.
Is that crazy?
And did you see the post? I don't know if you've seen on Instagram. Marion's shared it. Meryl has shared it as well. There's an actual like animation of Marion, Meryl, and Steffi. It's amazing. I love it. Oh, wow. When I saw it, I got goosebumps, and I thought of us, and I was like, I can't wait to speak about this.
Oh wow! I gotta contact the artist and make that shirt available on JohnnyFairplay.com. So, yes. So someone send me the for the artist of that. Let's make this into a reality. Okay, Dino has 2nd-degree burns. Boom, and it's time for a challenge. What is it? The coconut challenge, but without coconuts, with bean bags. I'm just like, is this going to go like 12 hours? Like, why not do it with coconuts? Do you guys just not have coconuts out there?
There's many.
Do you want to go collect coconuts?
I don't know.
Someone has to go get them, right?
Alex Tria says, I'm all for the full package. And if you want to be proud of your full package, get a Blue Chew today at bluechew.com, promo code Survivor. You too can have a full package.
I love it.
Thank you. So this is the Coconut Challenge bean bags. It's the Future Life Breakfast Bar challenge with the prize being smoothies, cereal, and protein bars. And for those of you that are not familiar with this challenge, this challenge was on Australian Survivor All Stars episode 3 and on Caramoan Fans versus Favorites 2. And 2 guys, 2 girls, Felix and Dante are early targets. And this leaves Teresa and Steffi. Steffi wins, of course. And yeah. So we finally have the pre-merge tribe going to tribal. So, but we see here Meryl loves Future Life as much as what's her name? Loves Applebee's.
Karishma.
Karishma, yes. Meryl loves Future Life as much as Karishma loves Applebee's. And I don't think Meryl really loves Future Life. She just wants some free Future Life. Good for her.
For me personally, I don't like Future Life. It kind of tastes like, Prenutro.
Chalk? Does it taste like chalk?
It's kind of like Oats Easy, but like blended.
Yeah, yuck. So, and if you didn't like Shane prior to this moment, I feel that he speaks for everyone. He goes, "Yeah, the helpings were weak." I'm just like, yeah, shit on the sponsor, Shane. Meryl's like, "We love Future Life." He's like, they really didn't give us that much. Fuck them. So I'm here for Shane shitting on a reward. So everyone's looking for an idol. There's no idol that they found. So Tanya calls Pinty a greedy pig, not a greedy fucking pig.
Then there's a difference, apparently.
Apparently,
I guess there's a little bit of a difference, but
I feel like there is
not enough that
huge difference.
Yeah. So Tanya gives a great speech here. It is amazing. Like it is a speech that leaders give. It is so empowering. And then afterwards, Tanya decides to shut up. And this erratic behavior does not work to her advantage because it's just like, okay, you say something awesome, you're showing that you're now awesome, and then by not talking, you're just like, who the fuck am I playing with? Am I playing with this person that says annoying stuff? Am I playing with this person that says dumb stuff? Am I playing with this person that says amazing stuff? Or am I playing with the person that doesn't talk at all? Just choose good stuff. That's it. Good stuff and a little bit and enough. It's a fine line.
Should have shut up like 3 days ago.
Or shut up 3 days ago. Because, like, she already said that Pinty is eating too much. We got it. Like, no one doesn't not know this. So, like, let someone... If this happens enough, someone's going to say something. And it does not need to be you, Tanya. So, but at the same time, like, Anyway. Tanya does a spy shack, and of course she runs to them afterwards and says, "I did a spy shack." That's not
why. You don't tell people about the spy shack.
That's not how you do a spy. She is like, "I'm going to use this to my advantage," and by
for
doing
a second, I picked up Tony Vlachos vibes where she like ran to the back, and I was like, "Oh, this is so cool." She's busy spying on them, and I was like, "It could work to her benefit." But then she goes, confronted them, and I was like, "No."
Yeah, she goes, "I'm going to use this to my advantage," and I'm like, "All right." And then she run, and I'm just like, "Ooh, wait, you're this, this, whoa, wow, stop! This is the exact opposite of an advantage. You just used this to your disadvantage." so yes,
I think that was the nail in the coffin for her. Like,
yes, oh yeah. So Shauna makes a fake idol. I'm for it. So Shauna,
can't wait for this. I'm so excited for this.
I got the follow by Shauna on Instagram, and I immediately replied, "Uh-oh." And Shauna appears to be a fan so far, and I'm a fan of her so far. So we shall see. But that is an amazing fake idol, and so Phil is worried about Sheamus wasting an idol on Pinty, and then we see people getting each other ready for Tribal, which is very strange to show, but I like it because that does happen, but you never see that on any season of Survivor. Yeah. So, Sheamus can stop saying that this tribe happy bullshit now that they're at Tribal, and I'm like, oh wow, I don't like him. I possibly like him less. And Tanya did not call Pinty a greedy fucking pig. And Pinty doesn't think that people walk around on eggshells around her. And everyone kind of looks away because they're very...
Dino's face. He's like...
They are very scared. They are very scared that they are that there might be an eggshell near them as if they were to reply. And we see Sheamus play the idol for himself. Here's my problem. There was no reason to play it for himself. Number one, like, you know, he wasn't the first voted out. Like there was no votes on him. Like that, you know, that's stupid. So here's the two options of what he could have done with that idol. Number one, sell it on eBay. Why not? Number two,
that's a pretty good option.
Number two, show that later to the other tribe that hasn't seen it, and pretend it is a new idol.
Yes, Jonny. I never thought of that one. That's a good one.
What the fuck? So,
it expired that tribal, right?
Yeah, that's who cares. They don't. The other tribe doesn't know that. As long as no one tells them.
I think it's maybe like, I don't know, just to defend the poor guy. Like, I think like if it expires, you don't know if maybe production says, oh well, it's expired, and they take it away from you, and then you never know.
That's true. I probably would have played it on myself as well.
I would not. So
especially if I had been first boot.
Yeah, first
time. You're not first boot on their tribe again, and it expires anyway.
And when I found it, and I find it, like, and we're searching as a tribe, it's not my, like, I would say, hey, I found this for us, and I'm not using it on the third and final tribal that I can. However, if we collectively agree to shut the fuck up and not tell the other tribe, we can use this to fuck over the other tribe. Is everyone in? Tevin, I'm looking at you. Don't fucking tell your S6 fucking people.
Which he would. He would.
Yes, he would.
Yeah, he would.
So, all votes on Tanya. I know that Alex would have gotten rid of Pinty. She's bad tribe mate and a bad ally. I feel I dislike Tanya more. I'm getting rid of Tanya. So,
after the Spy Shack.
Yeah, that's cemented. Yeah. So, and congratulations, there's more space around the fire. And as Shauna leaves, she leaves the idol by the fire pit, and Nico is for it.
We're all for this, and I can't wait.
Yes. I don't care which way it works out. Like, I don't care if it doesn't work out or if it does work out. I'm just here for the moment.
It's
I think
brilliant.
My favorite part was like the way it was filmed, the way it was edited. I could see Shona kind of standing up a little bit after everyone else, and she was preparing herself. Okay, this is the day that I put it there in the fireplace. The only thing I'm worried about, though, is that it looked like she put it in a little bit too deep. So it looks like, how are you going to find that kind of thing?
Okay.
But what I really enjoyed was that Nico, I'm sure, obviously heard things before they went to tribal, and then when he saw Shona walking towards the fire, but he knew, and he gave Shona that look like, where are you putting it? And Shona then put it under the fireplace, and she gave that little wink. For me, I was sold. I loved that. I've been a Shona fan, have been, always will. I love her.
Yeah, she rolls.
I'm excited to see how this is going to play.
Yes, as I said, even if it epically blows up in her face, I'm still for whatever moment that comes from this. Like, it's going to be great. So with that, 4 episodes in. Next week, next Friday, I am in Nashville for SummerSlam. I will not be with you guys. I apologize, but I'm sure episodes 5 through 8 I will be watching, and I will be watching you guys talk about it. If you guys choose to have someone join you, I wish them good luck. These are big shoes to fill. My space by the fire is a big one. So, but
let's hope Shona doesn't use this opportunity this week to use it, because we need you here.
Well, I will be commenting the following week. I am around then. So, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us. I'd like to thank you guys for convincing me to watch this. I'm loving it. And until next time, this has been great. Tristan, thank you. Karen, thank you. I'm Jonny Fairplay, saying to all the viewers and all the listeners, become a patron. Go to adfreeNSFW.com. Become a patron. We have a weekly Q&A. I think you'll love. Try it for 1 month. I think you'll love it. And until then, and for more reality NSFW content, visit adfreeNSFW.com.